Did you know that the Grand Priest has a big secret?
As we all know since the beginning of the series, and when the Grand Priest and the divine hierarchy was introduced, something just didn't seem right in everyone's eyes. In the Dragon Ball series, it was never explained how the angels were born or how they became such important beings in the system. Interesting factors are, for example, in the Tournament of Power when the angels were excused of erasure along with their universe, as well as their attending god of destruction. This always seemed weird to me, especially when Mojito started smiling when his universe lost in the Tournament of Power and got erased. The author of Dragon Ball Kakumei dived deeper into this topic, and it looks like we might have our answer. In Dragon Ball Kakumei's first volume, Chapter 2, the Grand Priest's palace is shown, and I'll just say, bro is living that lavish lifestyle. During this time, Daddy Priest had arranged a summoning of all the angels in his palace, something very out of the ordinary. Daddy Priest thanks everyone for their time. However, before beginning to share the contents of the summoning, he warns everyone that if a single word of this summoning got out of this palace, heavy sanctions will be issued on the one who can't keep his mouth shut, meaning he's about to share a huge secret. He goes on to explain on how Android 17, whose real name is Lapis, wished for all the erased universes back. However, the problem here was that the wish also restored the 7 universes that were in the void for an eternity. One of the angels then wonders why Daddy Priest said that there were 7 banished universes when there were only 18 universes in total and not 19. The Grand Priest then reveals that there was in fact a 19th universe called Universe Zero. Every angel is taken aback by the news, as they had no clue about its existence or the fact why would their father hide this from everyone. They ask their father why would he hide something so important from them. He simply had no choice in the matter. The angel offspring start to catch up as they realize the Grand Priest suspected traitors among their ranks. Suddenly, someone in the crowd of angels says, "Or is he the traitor?" Everyone looks back to see who would dare accuse their father of treachery, and what they witness was unexpected. A never-seen-before angel appears and claims that the Grand Priest, whom everyone calls father, is just a coward afraid to face his own past acts. She orders everyone to kneel down, calling everyone ignorant as she continues to claim she never abandoned them and wants to share her side of the story while calling the Grand Priest an imposter. Before the mystery unveils itself, we are brought back in time to before the angels summoning to Beerus's planet for the aftermaths of Goku's and Beerus's battle. Whis worries about Goku's well-being as the fight made his body suffer in many ways. Goku apologizes for going overboard and says he just got so obsessed with the possibility of defeating Beerus. Whis then tells Goku to stand up so he can heal him. However, Goku does ask Whis to not heal his back wound until he's strong enough to inflict the same type of injury on Lord Beerus. Whis chuckles and accepts and proceeds to heal our glorious king. Goku's amazed by Whis' healing ability and compares it to senzu beans. However, Whis wasn't fond of Goku's remarks comparing his angelic powers to a bean. Goku gets asked, what does he plan to do now? He himself wonders what the next best step would be, as his first priority seems to be mastering his newfound power. Goku didn't think there was a greater power than Ultra Instinct, but even so, he wasn't able to defeat Jiren alone or even take on Beerus. Other than that, he finally wants to go home to his family. For once, Goku takes his role as a father and husband seriously. Whis and Goku leave together, and Goku asks, what does he plan to do after dropping him off? Whis tells him he has troubling business to attend to, as Goku wonders what could be so troubling that it could even worry someone like Whis. He states to be feeling a new presence, a tremendous force concentrated in one point that was not there before. Understanding the gravity of the situation by the tone of Whis' voice, Goku asks Whis to let him handle it. However, Whis doesn't seem too eager and orders him to remove his hand. Goku does not listen, and Whis proceeds to mog him. Goku does not let go, and as Whis inform him, it's not your job to handle the problems of the universe. However, Whis could not be any more wrong since Goku's always been the center of attention when there's a universal threat. Whis knows this is true and doesn't have anything to say back. In the end, Whis accepts Goku's offer, but tells him he's unable to come with him since Daddy Priest had summoned him. He then proceeds to give Goku a button similar to the one he received from the Omni King. Goku expresses his gratitude to Whis for letting him go on this journey. Bro will do anything except go spend time with his family. He was literally en route and pounces on the first side quest in front of him. They arrive at the scene where Whis had sensed the disturbance, and what awaited them was something never seen before. The entrance to Universe Zero. Even Whis had no words for what was in front of him, since he had no information about Universe Zero, nor its existence until now. Ultimately, Goku went through the entrance as Whis left for the summoning. We are brought back to the present, where the unknown angel is about to unveil the secret of the Grand Priest on how he had provoked a genocide and believed himself to be at the level of the Omni Kings. Daddy Priest wasn't taking these yet to be proven allegations standing down as he takes a stand against this Karen. The other angels demand an explanation from Daddy Priest about the situation, and the Grand Priest goes on to explain that this particular angel is the mother of all angels and that her claims against me are not total lies. The Grand Priest goes on to explain how strong and united the 19th universe were. However, they had released a monstrous strength that threatened the balance of the divine hierarchy set by the Omni Kings, and the Grand Priest had to act on his own without the kings knowing it. Hearing Daddy Priest yap, the mother goes crazy. Expanding space and time was a brief action for the caster. However, for the ones suffering from the technique, had to suffer for tens of billions of years, not even being able to die due to being trapped.
Not gonna lie, that's an understandable crash out.
The Grand Priest's reasoning for the choice he made was that he did not have the powers of the Omni Kings to just erase them and did not find any other alternative. The mother calls the Grand Priest barbaric for trying to act on his own with no permission. However, she doesn't blame him, nor the Omni Kings, but something else. Meanwhile, the other destroyers sense irregularities and wonder what's going on as Belmod seems to recognize the beings causing the disturbance. The mother of all angels reveals what she really blames is the system that was set up and forced the Grand Priest to act as he did. Suddenly, a crowd of other deities appear from the shadows. The current angels seem to already know who they are, as Whis states they are the gods and angels of the destroyed universes. The designs for these deities is super cool. It adds mystery to the story with unknown characters. However, one of them had a familiar face, someone we all know from the OG Dragon Ball Z series. The Tyrant, Emperor of the Universe. The monkey-hater Lord Frieza had become a god of destruction for one of the resurrected universes, Universe 18. Whis and Frieza exchange words as Whis foresaw Frieza doing something out of the ordinary, but he wasn't expecting him to go this far. But what happened to the earlier destroyer of Universe 18 before Frieza? Apparently, one of Frieza's henchmen got a heads up from Zuno, the all-knowing being in Universe 7, that there were appearances of new universes as Frieza holds the corpse of the earlier destroyer. He goes on to explain on how he disagreed about the revolution plan that was happening right now. And for Frieza to become the new destroyer, he sets out to dispose of him and take his place as he shoots a hole right through his body. Frieza taunts Whis and asks, does he regret resurrecting him? Whis has no words for him except only warns him of the dangers he's stepping into. Putting himself aside, Frieza kindly asks the whereabouts of Goku. And as of now, Frieza is a force to be reckoned with. First, he killed off a destroyer god, and now he has an angel attendant at his disposal. Goku has no chance here. The Grand Priest wonders why would they bring up Goku, a lowly mortal, to the conversation. Whis then informs him how he had spotted Universe Zero on the way here, and had agreed to let Goku go investigate. However, he has lost all contact with Goku and cannot sense his presence anymore due to the condensed aura surrounding Universe Zero. The Destroyer from Universe 17 asks, is Son Goku the mortal who came in screaming like a donkey in their headquarters? If so, then his whereabouts are confirmed, as Goku had been captured and imprisoned by the enemy before the battle even started. Daddy Priest wonders why would they keep Goku as a prisoner, a mortal who holds no power in the divine hierarchy. And the Mother of all angels tells them to not act ignorant, as she claims they know exactly why they keep Son Goku as a prisoner. Here we can see Goku chained up, covered in injuries, as he screams out for his enemies to release him and apologizes to Whis for failing his mission. The Grand Priest asks, what are their demands for releasing Goku? And one of the gods says, the abolition of the divine hierarchy and the removal of the neutrality law that angels abide by, while flinging his tail at Daddy Priest. Lord Dromel, the destroyer of Universe 14, then steps up and says to start making arrangements for their demands. The Grand Priest is standing on business here, literally tells him, and what are you going to do about it? The Mother steps forward and declares a war between deities on a multiversal scale. Every individual, mortal or not, will have to choose a side. The winner will decide how the divine system will work from there on. Upon hearing the war threat, Daddy Priest crashes out. He uses a similar technique to the earlier space-time technique to seal them again. The Grand Priest falls down as he explains he was able to freeze them temporarily using his own life force. He orders Cocktail and Whis to gather up all the Supreme Kais. The Supreme Kais appear one by one as Cocktail asks for their help, but it's not stated what help they need as of yet. Whis skips the formalities and tells his father to stand up as they have to prepare for the inevitable war. During this whole fiasco, the Earthlings were having their annual get-together at Bulma's.
And that's that for this day's episode. I always knew the Grand Priest had something up his sleeve, but causing a universal war? Now that's something I want a piece of. Sadly, I got jumped by those losers and got thrown into the gulag. I've yapped enough. I will see you guys next time. Remember to like and subscribe. Remember,